The internet totally sees me now. I don't think the internet sees me now. The internet totally sees me now. Hola. I don't think the internet sees me. How are you? That was fast. The internet totally sees me. I guess the internet does see me now. Can you hear me though? The internet sees How are you? That was fast. Who's asking for shoutouts? Xander? The internet. Why do you want to shout out? I guess the internet does see me now. Can you hear me though? I'm not important enough to give shoutouts. Who's asking for shoutouts? Xander? Who are you people? The internet. You want shoutouts for nothing? The internet does see me now. Can you hear me though? I'm not important enough to give shoutouts. Who's asking for quite a bit of delay on this? Who are you people? You just want shout-outs for nothing? I'm not done streaming from my laptop enough to give before, so quite a bit of hopefully this is working. You have to tell me if it actually is or not. I'm not done streaming from my laptop enough to give before, so quite a bit of hopefully this is working. You have to tell me if it actually is. It seemed to be working when I was looking at OBS, but I'm not positive that it's working. So hopefully this is working. Is it? It seems to be working when I was. Can you hear me? OBS, but I'm not positive that it's working. So let me know. Is it? It seems to be working when I was. Can you hear me? OBS, but I'm not positive that it's working. Can you hear me? I would love to know if you can hear me. Let me know. Is it? It seems to be working when I was. Can you hear me? OBS, but I'm not positive that it's working. Can you hear me? I would love to know if you can hear me. Good. Let me know. Is it? Very good. How's everybody's Saturday? Hi, Sir Bob. Can you hear me? I would love to know. Mine has been boring, like really, really boring. Very good. So I thought, why not come down here and do something? Hi, Sir Bob. Can you hear me? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's been boring, like really, really boring. Very good. So I thought, why not come down here and do something? This place is a freaking disaster, and I have to. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's been boring, like really, really boring. How does this happen? Like, so I thought, every single freaking disaster, and I have to. You know what I'm supposed to do. I spend it. Well, I spend every day in here. Obviously, I do the show every day. But it's not like I come in here and build something every day. And I have to. You know what I'm supposed to do. I spend it. Endless echoes. Obviously, I do the show every day. But it's not like I come in here and build something. And I have to. You know what I'm supposed to do. I spend it. Endless echoes. Obviously, I do the show every day. I don't know what the echoes would be coming from. Build something. And I have to. You know what I'm supposed to do. I spend it. Endless echoes. Obviously, I do the show every day. I don't know what the echoes would be coming from. Yes, I can. Build something. You know what I'm supposed to do. I spend it. Endless echoes. Obviously, I do the show every day. I don't know what the echoes would be coming from. Yes, I can. Build something. What are you doing to me, OBS? Ah. Haha. Sorry. See if that helps. Let me know. Does that help? Anybody? Bueller? Okay, good. It was, OBS was capturing desktop audio. So yeah, you're on my laptop and you're sitting on top of my drill press. And then I have a microphone from an old ass webcam. I tried to use the old ass webcam for this, but the old ass webcam is really bad. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, let's figure out, pop out chat. Let's close this window because I do not need to see myself twice. Okay. Echo's fixed. Yeah, the stream, last week I did it from my phone, and that just works. You just, hey, I'm live, and then you go. And maybe I should continue doing it from my phone, but I don't know. I'm using OBS for this, and so hopefully the sound quality is decent enough. I still don't have, you are totally in my, on and in my laptop. So I still need to get a lapel mic. I've been, somebody told me they might send me one. And so I just kind of delayed, and I didn't order one. So this little gadget that I got, I need to figure out if I'm going to. Okay, so what I did was, I was supposed to have the lapel mic by today, and I failed at that. So the person who said they were going to send me the lapel mic, I don't know if they actually did it or not. I haven't gone to check the P.O. box since yesterday, but I didn't have it yesterday. So today, I ordered the lapel mic to be delivered to Indianapolis because I'm leaving on Monday, and it's supposed to be there by Tuesday. So I'll have the lapel mic for Gen Con, which is what I wanted it for, but I won't have it today. Well, I don't have it today. If that's not obvious. But I did get a little bit done today. We got these yesterday. I showed, as long as I talk towards the camera. Yeah, this is just like a crappy webcam mic, so I don't know. Yesterday I showed these little $50 tablets that I bought, and actually for $50, if you're not expecting amazing things, this is a pretty cool little device. It is like a Kit Kat tablet, so it needs quite a bit of updating. It feels like a piece of garbage. Like, it feels like it would fall apart. But if you put that in a case, it would never really, you wouldn't feel these. It's like a really sharp-edged plastic. Put it in a case and it'd be fine. So I think this is going to work out perfect for us for Gen Con. And if somebody steals it, well, then they got a crappy like the game that we are demoing this with costs more than this thing, so you know. But it's a new tab, 7S Pro or something like that. I don't know. It's a resistive touchscreen, so it's not very pro. In fact, it's like the opposite of pro. But that's what they called it. So, all right. I meant to see. There's so many things. I have like I don't know if this is everybody in the world, but I have a project list that's like miles long. I always have things that I need to get done. And this is one of those things. I started this project. I have a whole lot of footage on failed prints. I need to get it done, but I have to go get casting plaster or casting rubber, and I haven't done that yet. So I did. I actually went to AC Moore yesterday to try to find casting silicone, and they had brush-on silicone. It comes like pre-ready. It's essentially caulking in a jar that you can brush on, but that's not what I want. I want to make a solid rubber mold. I don't want to do brush on. I don't think that would work as nice. So I still need to go. Apparently, Michaels sells that, so we'll see. Thanks for stopping by, RVDE. Let me know about Dr. Eureka. Hit me up on Twitter. I would love to know about it because it looks amazing, but I haven't played it. Did I see the car hit? I just saw a picture of a car. Was it a gray car? Like the front was damaged, but I didn't actually look into it because I just assumed it was. I think I saw it in my Facebook feed, and I pretty much ignore all news that comes across Facebook, because it's probably fake. I should call it fake book. That was a complete slip. But I saw a picture of a car that had the front end damage and maybe some legs sticking out from under it or something like that. Was it like an intentional? Was it an attack? Because I don't know. I'm not sure what actually happened. Okay. I would love to know what actually happened, though, because I should have seen it. One dead. Oh my gosh. Did somebody like pass out, or was it an intentional attack? Do that, Reinert. Reinert? I'm not sure how to say it without the D. Reinert? I would assume Reinert, right? Oh, it was a right wing attack.
Oh. Was it like a KKK rally? Or something?
Was it one of those things? Because that just sounds... Well, I know how it's spelled, but do you say the D? Is it like a hard D? Is it like Reindert? See, if I was going to say it in German, I guess I would say Reindert. Yeah, I guess you do say it, huh? Your language is close to German, right? It's another Germanic language. Yes, no? No, it's not. I don't. Yes and no. Awesome. Thank you for the concise responses. There's so much delay, I don't know. The I sounds different in Dutch. So it'd be like Rien? Reindert? Reindert? I can't speak Dutch. You're one of 2 Dutch people that I know. And I did, my other Dutch friend is, I don't even know how to say it. Frisian? Frisian? Tell me how screwed up that is. And he's recently had me do a little bit for his YouTube thing that is some Frisian tongue twister that, like, if you couldn't pronounce it properly, they beheaded you. And so I listened to it like 30 times trying to figure out how to pronounce this stupid Frisian saying. So Reindert. Okay. So and it did sound very Germanic. I could almost understand what they were saying. And in fact, like, I picked out probably 10 of the words of the phrase, but the rest of it is like this it almost sounds like 2 drunk guys, 2 German drunks, just battling at each other, like making baby sounds. Does that make sense? But he's Frisian. I don't know where you're from, and do you know Fries? It literally sounds like a drunken language. Like, you have to be drunk to speak it. I am obviously not Frisian, so hopefully he'll use it in a video soon. Okay. I think I'm going to make some more sound panels. I really need to get cabinetry here. The Southerners aren't Frisians, right? Frisia is up north? It's like frozen or something? I'm going to be making cabinets here and drawers on that side, and I need to get plywood for that. Yet another, I need to go buy stuff to do something. I feel like I have this personality where if I have a thing that I want to do, and if I don't immediately have the money, then it gets really difficult for me to even begin the task. Like, I need to know that the task is completable before I can even start it. And that bothers me. Like, I don't like having that problem. Okay, goodbye, Reindert. Reindert. I'm still not going to say it right. But thanks for stopping in. Anyway, so I need to get the plywood for this cabinet and drawers, and I'm gonna actually, I probably just need that. I will enjoy Gen Con. You'll see some videos from there. Honestly, at first I thought I was going to put hardware on the cabinets and the drawers and stuff, but I don't think that's necessary. I think I'm just going to. You're a goat, Alex. I think I'm just going to. I totally just didn't brush when I was eating the brush. I think I'm going to just make all of the runners and handles myself. I'm not going to use any actual drawer hardware. So I just need to go get some plywood. That's all. All right, we're going to try the new version of the sound panel. I'll be right back. Wood. You know, of all the woods of the, does that shut off? Oh, okay. Hi, Allie. Hi, Alex. Of all the woods in the world that I could work with, pine is the least awesome, but I absolutely love the smell of it. It just smells like making something. It smells like progress. All right, so I need two. This time I'm just going to build these the non-fancy way. If last week when I made these, I made them with miter joint on all four corners, but I'm essentially wrapping the whole thing in freaking fabric, so you're not going to see those miter joints. And the other issue that I had with making these is trying to tuck this insulation into the ends was really hard with those supports. So I'm going to build them first, and then I'll add the supports later. And I think that's going to make it easier to put together, and I'll be more satisfied. You know, I should be out cutting grass, but I just don't feel like it. And so this one I'm not going to film for YouTube either, because, well, I don't want to. No, because I want to make sure that I'm happy with this design before I record. So I'll be doing probably at least one more of these. Why is that board so much shorter? At least one more of these. Oh, that's weird. I'll be doing at least one more, or three more. So I'll film once I'm satisfied with the design. If that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to cut these. Somebody said, ha ha ha. Yes. Jonathan, last week when I talked about this saw not cutting all the way back, he asked if the fence was pushed back. And I just checked, and he's correct. So hopefully Jonathan will stop in later. He was here for last week's stream for a little while. and we can tell him that he was right. That's good. Good to know. These are going to cut to 15. So these are 48 inches. That actually means that they're going to be a little bit, it's going to be slightly too short by like half an inch. And I don't care. That's going to help kind of hold everything together. These will be 15 inches, which is the exact width of the box, or the insulation. Okay. I'm not sure what you can see and can't see. I'm backwards in the camera. All right. And the plan is to just nail these together with some wood glue. And I pre-ran the compressor this time to save ears because it was loud as hell last week. And hopefully it won't be this time. No mitered corners this time. No point. They're just going to be wrapped in freaking cloth. You're not going to see the miters. And honestly, for something like this, for just a sound panel that it's never going to have any structural load on it, just doing a standard butt joint, it's not going to be a problem. The hardest part of this process is going to be keeping it square when I wrap the fabric. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I haven't decided. I'll figure that out later. Step one is to make a box, and then I'll make it square. And then theoretically, after it's square and I start the material, the material will help hold it square. But I have to figure out a way to hold it square while I wrap the material, or I'll pull it out of square. Hopefully what I just said doesn't sound stupid. It probably sounds really dumb. But it made sense in my head. I need like a holster. I got a buddy who does leather working. Maybe I'll have him make me a nail gun holster. He probably would if I asked. Doesn't need to be anything special. Oh God. Making messes. We're going to have a box. And I'm going to try really hard not to screw this one up. And if this plan works, then this might be the design that I put on YouTube. I don't know. I've watched quite a few other sound panel people make sound panels. And for the most part, I'm not happy with their designs. So, but at the same time, they're not woodworkers. They're just sound people. Do I see Janelle? Oh my gosh. Where have you been, girl? I haven't seen you in forever. All right, we have a box. How to sharpen? Oh, that's right. I forgot you asked for a pocket knife sharpening video. I will do that soon. Thank you for the reminder. You should have reminded. I guess you just did reminded me. Yeah, Alex, the initial design before I made the one last week, I was going to do that. I was going to put corner braces in. But here's the deal. All right, last week I made the box like this, and I put these braces this way. And then when I tried to tuck the insulation under here, it bunched and started to kind of fall apart. And so that's the part I don't like. It's not all the way to the corners, which nobody would ever see it. If they came here, and they would be like, oh, that looks really nice. But I know that so I want to wrap this thing and get the insulation in, and then I'll put reinforcement in. That's the plan, I think. So. Your garden is beautiful. Are you growing plants or flowers? Flower garden, plant garden. I guess flowers are plants. Vegetables? That's what I meant to say. Vegetables or flowers? All right, so that's square. So like that, that's pretty square. So what I thought about doing is fruits and veggies. Cool. I might temporarily put a support in this way. Just one. While I wrap the fabric. Because I think that would work. I just don't want to make it difficult to get the insulation in, because even though it's like a panel, it does kind of flake and fall apart. So if I make a 15-inch, I could put it in here temporarily. How would I get it back out? Pocket screws. That's what we're going to do. Okay. And I'll make it out of a 2x4 because I can. Let's cut a 2x4 to 15 inches. And I'll pocket screw it in here to keep it square, and then I can take it out. Yeah. All right. That's my plan. You're not sure what, if you're unaware, I'll show you what pocket squares are. Pocket squares, pocket holes. All right, so let's say a whole bunch of stuff. Various peppers, spaghetti, squash, pumpkins, carrots. Very cool. Very, very cool. Once upon a time, I tried to grow stuff. It didn't go so well. Which is funny because my grandfather was like an amazing gardener. That dude had this big-ass garden full of everything you could ever want, and he was really good at growing all of it, and it all turned out amazing. And I didn't learn any of it. I helped him a lot in the garden, and ate a lot of his awesome gardening stuff, but I never really learned a whole lot about it. So, kind of wish I had, because I miss summers. Summers at Grandpa's house was always full of, like, you know, it was hard work. He would put me to work, but then I also got to eat all that awesome hard work, right? I think I was just talking to Alex the other day about walking down the train tracks and eating cucumbers that we just picked from the garden. My grandfather and I would go fishing a lot, and we'd walk down the train tracks to get to our favorite fishing spot. And he would grow cucumbers, and we would take those with us and with a salt shaker and put the salt on and walk and have awesome cucumbers. Kind of miss that. Hi, Jackal. Or Tracy, whatever you like. All right, so pocket holes it is. These are essentially lots of cabinets are built this way. If you've never seen a pocket hole, it's an angled pocket, and when I run a screw in, it'll pop out the other side. The cool thing about it is, if I were to put this in here like this and just drive a screw in, when I wrap it with fabric, I would never be able to get this back out. But because the hole is here, the screw comes in from this side at an angle, I just take it right back out. And these screws, this method gets a whole lot of hate in the woodworking community because they think it's like a completely inferior joining method, but I disagree. It's fast. It's strong enough. Obviously, it's not. You're not gonna like be making heirloom furniture this way. But who's keeping heirlooms anymore? Yeah. Screws. Should have got screws. It's funny, I don't normally recognize how small my shop is when I'm just down here working. When I'm trying to film or I have, a thing set up like this, I realize how tight it is for me to maneuver in and around things. And I think it's just a matter of I'm aware that you're seeing this awkward, like I have to kind of move in and out and around. And I don't normally have to be aware of that. All right. That's going to work perfectly. Is putting holes in the wood. I don't care. It's just a temporary brace. I might not even need this brace after I'm done. If I do, no big deal. I'll make one out of a 1x. Not this big ass 2x4. But I figured this would be better for holding it square while I stretch fabric. People are still playing Pokemon Go? I know that's the joke, and it's kind of a stupid joke because, yes, of course people are still playing it. Around here, there's no, it sucks because there's, high density areas generate more Pokemon. There's no such thing as a high density area in West Virginia. I guess you could go to Morgantown and play up there. you know, there might be 40,000 people in Morgantown when school's in. Maybe. All right, so let's just go ahead. Seems about center. I don't care if it's actually center. Okay. But there's just no place to play Pokemon Go around here. You'll miss out on most of the big Pokemon. Hey, close enough. That was high precision measuring. Okay. So 51. Yeah, that's pretty close to square. Not perfection. Don't care. That is a square and a ruler. I like that. Where did you find those? Fabric. All right. I don't know. Last time I just kind of did this. I don't think I did a whole lot of actual measuring. You know, the standard me way of doing things is to just kind of lay it all out. I did buy. Oh, hold on. No. Was this stuff wide enough? I think it was. I don't want to waste a whole bunch of this. The reason I bought it in the first place was because it was super wide. It isn't exactly high quality fabric, but it's very, very wide fabric, which is exactly what I wanted. Less waste. Emojis available in the chat. I've never seen carpentry emojis, I guess. That's new to me. Oh, goodness. Okay. Hopefully this is long enough. Also, this week, I stopped at my parents' house and grabbed the electric staple gun. Not that, I wore my hands out, but it's just faster and easier. I like it how I like my women, fast and easy. Is that a thing? That also means I need to get the extension cord. Oh, no, I don't. I forgot. Finally, after like 2 years of using this table and constantly wishing that I had run electricity to it, last week I actually went and mounted a what's it called? Power strip. That's it. I mounted a power strip on my table so that I can just plug stuff in whenever I need it. Oh gosh. Is that a staple? That looks like a brad nail. Huh. That is a brad nail. I didn't even know they made brad nails for staple guns. Did you know that? Did anybody know that? Look at that. That's fancy. Well, I'm glad I grabbed the staples in. That's news to me. Half-inch staples. All right, here we go. So the plan is to just wrap it the same way I did last week, which is to make it like a Christmas gift. How the hell do you operate this thing? Oh God. I'm going to wrap it like a Christmas gift. That's awesome. I haven't ever used this before. Is it blowing out the audio when I do it? When I punch it? When I hit it? Am I blowing out your audio? Oh yeah. Yeah. That's badass. I still have to fully set the staples. I gotta be smarter than the staple guy? Nobody. The instruction manual didn't say anything about intelligence on it. Oh my. I screwed those two staples up. Maybe I'm not smarter than the staple gun. Is there gonna be a problem? Why did these get all jacked? Look at this. A whole bunch of those went like one side went in and the other side didn't. I don't think there was any big knots there that would be causing that. Look at that. Why is it doing that? Did I shoot it into my face? What the hell? I don't know why some of these staples aren't going in. I can't get it in the hole. I joke that the majority of my time spent in the shop is looking for the tool I just had in my hand. That's not really a joke. That's actually true. I guess you just have to keep a lot of pressure on the front of the gun. Which makes sense. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what that stupid safety is supposed to do, but it doesn't seem to do anything. This thing's pretty awesome. I'm pretty proud of it. Video and audio are getting skippy. Interesting. Wonder why. My internet here is terrible. Not only do I live in West Virginia where we basically don't have broadband, but I also live outside the city limits. I'm not exactly in the country, but I'm kind of in the country. So My internet sucks bad. And like last week when I tried to stream, the girls ended up coming home in the middle of it, and that just makes things terrible. So I have learned that I can't stream while they're home, unless, I am an IT guy, so I can. I think what's happening is I'm letting the front of the staple gun bounce. So I can set my router up so that my laptop receives the majority of the internet, so that if they're home, I should be able to still stream that way, but I don't like doing that. I don't like teaching my girls that dad's more important than them, because it's not true. I don't like the way those staples don't go in. I don't understand why it would do this. They just like bunch up on themselves. I think it might be better to just do this by hand if I'm going to have to keep fighting the staple gun like this. And that one didn't even... Still playing Gems of War? No, actually, I haven't played Gems in quite a while. It just got to the point where it became so grindy that I lost interest. Let's try some 3/8 inch staples. Yeah, the staples on the floor are probably not the smartest thing to do, especially in my fake Crocs, but so far they haven't stabbed me. So Gems of War, like I said, I lost all my interest in it because it just became tedious, and when games become tedious, I tend to just stop playing them. Kind of like what happened with tanks. I just got to the point where trying to grind out tier 8s was no fun, and I just gave up on it. I guess it's part of like my mental condition that I need, I need reward, and if I'm not getting it, if the work becomes, whoa, that shot too stable. If the work becomes more difficult than the payoff is worth, I tend to just lose interest. Still doing it. And I don't know what the hell. Oh, I don't know why 1 and 0 means something. I think it's because the front of the stapler is bouncing. But how do you stretch the fabric if you have to use both hands? I mean, I'm not an upholsterer or anything, but I want to play Rocket League. I really want to play Rocket League, but the problem is I don't sit at my desk that much. My desk has become, it's my work, it's the place where I do my work. And so PC games, for me, I've lost all interest in them because I don't want that desk to become, I want to keep that focus of when I sit at my desk, I'm there to do work. And if I sit at that desk to play games, then when I sit at the desk to do work, it becomes really easy to ignore the work and play the games. So Rocket League is very high on my list of games that I want to play, but until it comes to the Switch, I'm not going to play it. That being said, it's supposed to be on the Switch soon. By soon, I mean like probably 2018. So lately, I haven't been playing much of anything. Even on the Switch, just because I really want to play Splatoon, and I really want to play something else. I don't remember what else, but I don't have the cash. I would rather spend money on tools. So I've just been playing mobile games. Right now, there is a card game called Paperback. It just came out on mobile this week. It's a word building game. Basically Scrabble with cards. And I have the physical card game, and I love it. So now that the digital game is out, I've been playing it quite a bit with friends. Online friends. And what else have I been playing? That may be it, honestly. I just haven't. Oh, I bought this guy a 5 for the Switch, and yeah, I kind of regret that purchase. It's okay, but it's just not for me. I don't regret it in the sense that I feel like I got cheated. It's not my style. I mean, it's okay, but it's another grindfest game, and I'm not into grindfest games. But pretty soon, I'll finally get to play Skyrim when it comes to the Switch. So, I will probably lose another month of my life there like I did with Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was unbelievably good. And I expect that in a similar fashion, I will lose time to Skyrim. I love games like that. I'm much more into single player games than multiplayer games. And it's kind of basically always been that way. I don't really have a group of people that I play most games with, except for board gaming. I absolutely loved World of Tanks when we used to play it. But again, even the grind got too annoying in that game, and it started to trump the friendships. And it was starting to get discouraging when I would log in and everybody be playing, something else that I don't play. And be like, oh, you should join us on this game. Like, I don't play that game. I don't want to play that game. If we're not going to play tanks, I'm going to sign off. Okay, I think I got the hang of the stapler. I am not super pleased with how that turned out, but whatever. What are you saying? I have not heard of Red Flags, and Skyrim, yeah. Skyrim is the exact kind of game I'll lose myself in. Like most other games, like MMOs I've never been into because, again, they're too grindy. I don't want to go do fetch missions. Go get me 10 buckets of this, or go kill 15 of these. No, thank you. And so I'm looking forward to kind of the robustness of Skyrim. The depth of and breadth of the missions looks really amazing to me. Kind of reminds me of playing old school D&D games on the PC. All right. I think I'm much happier with the way that one turned out. Bye, Alex. And let's see. The other change I'm making this time is I'm going to put something on the back to kind of cover the insulation. Did we stay square? Making more sound and everything on that, indeed, sir. It's square-ish. Not bad, actually. I'm quite pleased with that. Oh, whoops. Well, that's an issue I have to cut. I put way too much fabric in this time. That's okay. I'm just going to leave it in there. I don't see a reason to remove it. I'll just shove it down in with the insulation. It'll just kind of go in, right? And this time, I'm putting on gloves. It's not that it was an irritant, but it was an irritant. This insulation this rock wool it's not fiberglass, but it is a spun synthetic material, and so it is a bit itchy. I should probably be wearing long sleeves as well, but I don't plan on holding it very long. I'm just going to pick it up and set it in here. I should probably be wearing a mask so I don't breathe it in. But, as per usual, I just dive in. Okay, that is a much better way of putting this together than last time. Last time's method ended up being really, really not good. Yeah. So now it goes all the way to the ends. And so this time also, I'm going to put something across the back here to kind of hold all these fibers in. Boxwood insulation. That is basically what it is. So the thing is, when I'm recording here, there is cement floor. There's a whole lot of squares, which means that sound gets bounced around this way and this way, and it causes a whole lot of echo. So when I'm doing recording with during my normal show, I have to do quite a bit of audio cleanup to keep it from sounding like ass, essentially. So these little panels, help prevent a lot of that noise by catching at least the shortwave frequencies. It's really hard to catch bass tones, longer waves, but these will help catch that ringing that you get when you echo. So you can hear probably a pretty decent echo there because I really only have the one panel. But as I build these out, and I'm going to put two on this wall, I am going to build a bass trap for the corner over there, and then at least two above me. I was only going to do one. I'm definitely going to do two now that I've heard it. And I might even do three up there because there's a whole lot of reflection off this floor. So, okay, so now that I've seen horizontal surface, and I need it now because I'm now that I have the insulation in, I'm going to put the supports in. So the reverse of the way I did it last time. And then after I put the supports in, this is just some landscaping cloth. I'm going to go ahead and use that to seal the back. I say seal, it's not really going to do anything to seal the back. It's just going to keep the insulation from falling out. Hopefully it'll keep a lot of the particles out of the air. I need to like put all of my horizontal surfaces at an angle so that I can, if I set something on it, it just falls on the floor. Okay, I need a support. How big are you? Hold on. I might have cut this last time. This might be the right size. Look at that, it's already 15 inches. Isn't that fancy? So I'm going to go ahead and use pocket holes on this to put it together. I think. I don't see a reason not to. I need to set the jig to 3/4. This is only 3/4 material. Set the stop to 3/4 as well. And I will do a practice to make sure that my settings and my screws are actually the correct settings. I have learned my lesson. I used to not ever do practices, but then when I built that oak bench, I kind of like over practiced on that thing. With every joint, everything I did, I made sure that it was 100% going to work the way I wanted it to. And that was a lifesaver. Oh, I can see the audio meter peaking when I do that. Hopefully that wasn't too bad in your ears. Hopefully the software kind of dumbed it down some. Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. I think it's going to sound a hell of a lot better. It's never going to be perfect, obviously. It's never going to be great. I'm still going to have a whole lot of flat surfaces. I'm still going to have steel machines in here with big flat panels on them. But it's definitely going to be better. And I'm, my goal is not necessarily to do less sound editing, post editing, or sound tweaking, adjustment. I don't know what I'm trying to say. My goal is not to do more or do less of that because that doesn't really bother me. My goal is to be able to do cleaner voice work. Like I've done some voice work in here, and it's not clean. And I've also tried to do voiceover work from in here, and it's hard to clean that up and make it sound good. It's not bad to do when I'm doing the show because there's generally background noise that can kind of mask the editing. But when I'm trying to do clean audio, it's hard. So this is less for the Daily Show and more for other stuff. And it's funny, Levi, when I was telling you that you needed to just do it, just do your show because you had all these reservations about it. I still have plans for like a whole bunch of other things that I want to do on YouTube, a whole bunch of different types of videos that I want to make, and I just can't. I can't convince myself that I can do it. Not that I can, but that I should. You know, it's so easy to be the guy in the bleachers giving advice. Right? It's so hard to be the player on the field actually executing. So I need to just do it. I need to just tackle some of these other projects. I want to do a series. One of the things that I've been thinking about doing is a series of essentially like West Virginia life videos, just to talk about things that are unique to West Virginia. Maybe do some small town tour type stuff. Go to some parks that are a special, kind of show what West Virginia life is like in a 10 to 15 minute documentary style thing. You know, pick a topic and do it. And I've had that idea for many, many months. I've started and stopped that idea many, many times. I've asked friends to help me with the logistics of it, and I still can't bring myself to start actually shooting it. I'm you know, for instance, here in West Virginia, we have a food called pepperoni rolls. And pepperoni rolls are not anything special or unique. They're a kind of a normal Italian type thing. In Britain they have sausage rolls, which are a very similar idea. You bake a bread and you put pepperoni in it, right? But here it is like a way of life. You can go to any gas station and get a pepperoni roll here, and it's like a snack food of choice. And it was invented in West Virginia, I guess you could call it that. And there are claims that it comes from. There's like 3 different bakeries that claim that they were the first to make pepperoni rolls. The one that is, in my mind, the pepperoni roll of all pepperoni rolls is right here in Fairmont. And they also claim to be the first. So I would love to go there and interview them about their pepperoni rolls. But just, I don't know. There's something about doing that scares me. Sausage rolls. Yeah, sausage rolls are a British thing. And pepperoni rolls are similar, but they're pepperoni. So essentially, just take some bread and put pepperoni in it and bake it, and it's freaking amazing. It's a very special food. You can actually pretty much any gas station you can go to, you can get them. Fired Up Sims. I've never played Sims. My daughter loves Sims though, but I've never played it. I've never even played the old school stuff like SimCity or anything like that. So you can go to like any gas station and get pepperoni rolls, and we actually have the pepperoni roll wall here because pepperoni is considered a meat product, and if you bake it in something, then there's some like USDA rules about how it has to be refrigerated and all this other stuff. But we actually have laws here that allow us to sell them without refrigeration. So you can go to the gas station and get it in just like a little baggie essentially. If you go to a sports event here, like any high school sporting event or whatever, pepperoni rolls with sauce and cheese are a big deal. It's a big deal. But so like I said, I want to do this series. I would love to do it, but I don't know. I clam up when it comes time to pull the trigger. All right, so this is just landscaping cloth, and I'm just going to staple it down on here to kind of seal in the nastiness. That's my plan, at least. You're going to try pepperoni rolls? I bake them myself, and my method is to just use get frozen bread dough and thaw it in the fridge, and then depending on how big you want to make them, I make them very heavy. And what I'll do is split the roll into thirds, and then take a package of sliced pepperoni and split it into thirds. Lay out the bread and kind of make a rectangle that's about a foot or so. Put the pepperoni in the middle, fold up the ends, roll it up, and then bake it 350 for about a half hour, just until the bread is kind of browned up some. And that's all it takes. It's really simple, and it's also really amazing. And you can make them smaller. Lots of people will make. You like pig in a blanket, little sausages wrapped in a croissant. You can make them that size, just little pieces of dough, put pepperoni in it, and basically 300 or 350 for however long it takes for the bread to brown, and it's done. It is not really a super special recipe or anything like that, but they're so good. You know what I should do here? There's no reason to make this difficult on myself. I'm not going to be putting a whole lot. I am extremely passionate about pepperoni rolls. I mean, that has been my favorite food since I was a kid. You know, like we never bought them as like a staple in our house. My mom would buy them, you know, occasionally. My dad would like to have them with chili, so she would buy them when we'd have chili. But when we'd go on trips, I think the reason that I fell in love with him is when we would go on a road trip, say we're going, you know, we're going to go visit friends in another state or whatever, that was the food that we packed, and we would eat those on the road. And they very much became a staple of mine. They very much became my, like, comfort food when I'm away from home. Because they're just, you know, they last for a while. You don't have to refrigerate them. You don't have to heat them. You can eat them cold or warm, however you like. I don't know, there's just something special about them. All right, I'm actually just tucking that's probably not, there you go, tucking it in before I staple it. What kind of games do I like? Board games or video games? If we're talking video games, which you're on YouTube, I'm going to assume you are, I love RPGs. RPGs are by far my favorite. Especially solo RPGs. I've never really been into MMOs. I've played a few. I've never actually played WoW at all. I played a couple mobile MMOs for a while. I love puzzles. Puzzle games are, you know, especially like puzzle-based adventure games like Myst or whatever. Absolutely love those. I play a lot of board games. So if there's a digital version of the board game, chances are I own it and I'll play it. Card games, all kinds of card games. I love them. And I was just about to say something, and I saw a message pop up. Card games I love in person and online. I used to play a lot of Hearthstone, for instance. I don't play it anymore. I've been like debating on installing it lately because I haven't had a good mobile game to play in a while. What kind of puzzle games do you like? I love things like sliding puzzles, like Unblock Me was one of my favorites. I love all of the games that are like, say, Cut the Rope or whatever. Any of those little puzzle games where you have to do something in a certain order to try to get 3 stars or whatever. I absolutely love those games. Adventure games. Anything with a story. I love stories. So I think that's part of the reason why I love RPGs so much. But I really like the RPGs that are built around the story, not the RPGs that just have a story for the sake of facilitating the RPG. Like I love games that are story driven, if that makes sense. Like I bought one of the games I bought recently for my Switch was Disgaea 5. And Disgaea 5, part of the reason I bought it was because it's a turn-based tactics game. So like you're moving your dude on the board, and you have a squad, and they have a squad, and you move your guys, they move their guys. And I usually like that sort of thing. And the reason I bought Disgaea was I thought that it had a decent story. And it doesn't. The story sucks. Like I was very hopeful that it would be not necessarily an RPG story, but just a story that I gave a shit about, and I don't. Like it really just, it's really boring. I don't know how else to say it. So the game itself is kind of a grind to play because it's so boring, and I actually paid $60 for this game, and I don't even really enjoy playing it. So I'm usually pretty picky when I buy games. Because I'm from West Virginia. I'm poor, like by nature. I don't have a lot of money to spend on anything. So if I'm spending $60 on something, it had better be worth my time. I can't just throw $60 away. All right, another one done. What am I making? This is another sound dampening panel to hang on the wall, like this one back here. This is a 4-foot by 16 or 15-inch wooden frame, and inside of this is rock wool insulation, so sound insulation. It's put on the walls, and it helps dampen the reverb and the echo that's in here. At least that's what it's supposed to do. It does. If I took that one down, actually, just this one panel by itself, if I take it down, it sounds a lot worse in here. So it doesn't take a whole lot of these. People who set up home studios often kind of go overboard because they want a really dead sound, which is actually not that great sounding. Like you think, oh, I really want it to sound completely empty. But in reality, if you do that, it doesn't sound natural to the human ear, and it's really kind of discomforting to hear somebody talk without any sort of room noise. So, I'm just making a sound panel. I need to make at least 4 more, maybe 5 more. And I have like 10 more panels, so 10 more of the insulation panels. I could make up to 10 more of these if I can find a reason to make more. This is just landscaping cloth to kind of help clean up the back and hold the insulation in. Not necessarily required. But there we go. One more done. So, color switch, I'll have to try that one. I haven't seen that one. I broke my game on 18 plus mods because I'm a straight up white short gangster. Okay. Your sim, I assume? Your sim is a short white gangster? Alright, so I gotta hang this one. I don't know what order you can see over there. There you go. Now I can see what you're seeing. So right now, this is just a sleeping pad, and it's in the corner to kind of help with a little bit of the bounce that happens in corners. So that will eventually be replaced by a bass trap, but for now, this needs to go up here somewhere. And I might actually put it up a little higher like that. So one thing you want to think about when you're making panels like this, if I'm talking at this straight into it, like if you're imagining waves coming out of my mouth in a straight line, they would hit this, bounce straight back at this wall, bounce straight back at this panel, and they'll bounce back and forth. Well, sound, it doesn't really work like that. It does, but it doesn't. So if you were to do this on the opposite wall, you don't need to cover. You'll see people who have like the tiles all over their walls. You don't need that. That's not how it works. So on the opposite wall, I would have another panel that's in this space. I don't know how to explain it without drawings, but the idea is that you want a little bit of reverb. So I want sound to come off of that wall and hit this and then be absorbed. If I had another panel on the other side where this is, they're kind of defeating the purpose. There's no reverb. You're going to completely deaden the sound, and it's going to sound foreign. It's going to sound wrong. And you don't want to do that. At least that's my understanding of how this works. As with most things, when I'm attempting to learn this stuff, I really dive into it. So I did a lot of research on sound engineering and that sort of stuff. And when you get on the internet, obviously there is always conflicting, like, you got to do it this way or it's wrong. And that kind of stuff makes me sad. So I just do it my way. There's no real measurements here. I'm just gonna drill some holes and put some anchors in and be done. The anchors are important when you're doing drywall. I could put just screws straight into the drywall and it would hold it, but if it bounces or any vibrations can kind of work those screws. You know, those sharp edges of the screws will kind of deplete the drywall. So for these, I think you use a 1/4 inch bit. Yep, 1/4 inch bit. These will just be kind of sitting on the screw, so I don't have to be precise about where I put them. So those are fine. Just wanted to make them level-ish. Couple of those, couple of them. Let's get a few screws. I guess I don't have screws for these. I thought I did. There's one. Maybe these are. This might work. Maybe. Nope.
Too big. That's just spinning the anchor in the drywall, which is the exact opposite of what we want to have happen. This little guy here is the correct screw, but I only have one. So, let's look in the drawer. I really need to build drawers so I can get rid of this stupid thing back here. It drives me crazy. Jar of random screws. Should always have a jar of random screws. You never know when you need a random screw. Alright, I am just going to put some coarse drywall screws in these. They should work. If it doesn't work and it pulls out, I'll just drill new holes later. Definitely not the correct way to do this, but it'll work. For now. I say that until this thing falls off the wall. It shouldn't. It should be okay. As long as I can keep that insert from spinning again. Seems like it's working. Yay. Here goes nothing. There we go. Wow. I can personally already hear a difference. Probably doesn't come through on the camera very well. But, yeah. Seems like that'll work. Much better. Alright guys, that's all for me today. I really just wanted to come down here and do something, but I have not eaten since about 11, so I need to go take care of that. And thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi to me. I really do appreciate it. As always, my internet friends are my best friends. So thanks for being here. I will catch you next time.